want to welcome everyone to the family tree. Put your hands together, family. Hey,
All
hey,
right.
hey,
All right.
hey.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everybody's doing well, and then you're doing well, and you and your families are doing good. And all that's going on, it's good to know that you're moving forward and the world going backwards. How about
I
that?
know that's right. Yes, sir,
We're
buddy.
gonna bring it on down, Big B.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna bring the music on down.
All right.
And we're going to get started as more folks come on in and join us. We shall have a good one today.
Yeah, boy.
I think we got a lot going on, Big B. A lot is going on in the world right now, buddy. And we see first thing, I want to say welcome everyone that's come in. And as you continue to come in, come on in, get your seats, come on, rather around the tree. Yep, they coming in today, Big B.
Yeah, man. Say ain't taking no stuff from you today.
I ain't taking no stuff from me today. All right. And as we come in, I'm going to let you in. I want to welcome you to the family tree. This is the place where we talk about the holistic health for the whole entire family. That means you have a chance. That's talking about getting around this thing called this ancient laurel trees of the world is where people got around and the people of the earth talked about whatever the situation is. The things that are going on in the world, things about their tribe, things about, the solutions and the problems and the things. You worked it around the tree, right, Big B? You work it around the tree. That means that's your social security. You got to say it slow, y'all. Say it slow. Social security. That's right. It's not a check. It's your family. So with that, we say we're going to bring that back together. We like to bring any questions, concerns, comments, anything on your heart and your mind, bring it to the tree, and we can hopefully solve that for you. Or if we can't get the information, we'll try to get the question answered for you. But we want to say join the conversation. Let this be a resource for you and your family. Now, if you want to join the conversation, you can go down to your menu bar. If you see your menu bar around there, you'll see a little icon says reaction. Click the reaction. You can raise your hand and put yourself in queue like Big B up there raising his hand. Yep, there he is. And we'll put you in queue and you can ask any question that you have on your heart and your mind. Anything about holistic health. We talk about any of these solutions. And if you're someone that does not want to go on camera and you say, I want to still ask a question, well, you can go down to the chat box. Click on down at the chat box right there and click on it and then put your question in there. And Prophetess over there, Prophetess, a.k.a. Fingers. Let's give her a shout. Good to see you back, Prophetess.
Yeah.
Yes, and she will try to put that information in there. But always, if there's a question or concern, before you answer it, you may want to check the chat box because Prophetess over there got a library of information that we've talked about before, and she'll repost that for you as we go along. If you're someone that's calling maybe by phone and you may have missed the prompt that actually tells you how to actually put yourself in queue, just let us know that you're calling by phone and we'll try to get you in. We can't get to everybody, y'all. I must say that. We can't get to everybody.
I know that's right.
But we try our best. And you know that I'm usually trying to stay here as long as I can to answer, to make sure everybody's clean and clear. All right? So we're going to get started. But Big B, I got to give a shout out to the host with the most, Big B, Bill.
What's up, boy? Yo, man, what's your buddy?
How you doing over there, buddy?
Yeah,
hey, man, I have no complaints at all. Daddy said, get up. I said, all right, homie, where I got to go today? He says, it works.
I love that shirt, man. It ain't easy, man.
Hey, bam. It ain't easy being cheesy, man. What you talking about?
So what's up?
I wish everybody could have as much fun as me, because I'm telling it.
Yes, absolutely. So Big B, I want to go on a serious note here. We got a family reach out and throw our prayers out for the people in the area of that whole line, of the Midwest right now that's getting plummeted right now with tornadoes. If you're not aware of what's going on, there's over 24 tornadoes have hit in the area in 24 hours in the people in that region. And what's amazing is it's been hitting back to back to back. They're getting so many tornadoes right now. They say they've never seen this amount or magnitude, and it's ripping up everything. Please put in your prayers this evening all those in that line. And that line is from Texas all the way up to north to western
Wow.
New York right now. They're
Wow.
pushing it all the way as high as western New York. And with that, multiple deaths have been actually reported. They're looking at something like in the neighborhood of this evening,
Hmm.
44 million at risk right now. So we want to keep it in prayer. That if you have family in that area, please try to stay in contact as much as you can to
Right.
help them anywhere or keep us all informed. We all are a family, and we do have listeners in those areas. We have listeners that are part of the family tree, and also the Green Hour, and also the Dr. Paul show that comes on Saturday. So we have family in those areas. So we want to say, keep us in prayer, all of them. All right. We want to keep them all in prayer. All right, Big B.
Yes, sir,
Tell
buddy.
us what's going on, buddy. What's going on in the world? From my favorite website, we have been tracking this
Yeah,
thing called the
buddy.
bird flu, man. This bird flu is creeping up,
Man,
man.
man, man. What can I tell you?
And another one case was actually found. We'll go into that. So tell us where our numbers are, buddy.
Well, I'll give what I got right now, man. We're looking at for clinical inferences right now for positive for influence this week. We're
Mm-hmm.
trending down at 2.4%, Dr.
Mm-hmm.
P.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Mm-hmm.
now, for the public health labs, that's kind of like all over to genetic antigens and all that kind of stuff. But our outpatient respiratory illness is trending sideways at 2.4%. I'm sorry, 2.0%, not 2.4%. And here
Mm-hmm.
we go, guys. This is our headwind. This is for the mental health part. This is for the flu right now. We're accumulating at what? 80.6% per 1,000. Dr. P,
Mm-hmm.
man, look, man, we are in good,
Yes, we're
we're
doing
doing
very
taking care
good.
of some good stuff, man.
Overall, with the virus and the numbers are very low, and that's what we want to do. And that's coming from the CDC website right
Mm-hmm.
there, Big B, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's official website, that's actually giving us the numbers for what's happening worldwide, and that's here this week. So we
Yes.
are trending, in balance right now based on where we are last year. We're doing much better. Though we are still keeping an eye on that H5N1. Write that down.
Yes. Uh-huh.
H5N1. That is the avian flu. That's the variation. And there was a Michigan dairy worker that has been diagnosed with the bird flu. It's the second human case associated with the
Mm-hmm.
outbreak in the U.S. dairy cows. Now, remember, their cows they were finding it in poultry, but they didn't find it in cows. This is the second one in cows that they
Mm-hmm.
found. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And here, as a family tree, we shall keep you up to date if they would see any changes. All
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Big B, we're gonna get started, buddy. And with that, I want to start off with our favorite time that we
Yes.
start off with, which is
Testimony
our
time.
testimonies.
Testimony
Yes,
time.
testimony go a long way, buddy. And with that,
Ooh,
that's
man.
because testimonies, one shall set 1,000 to flight, two shall set 10,000. That
Yeah,
means
buddy.
that
Yes,
when you
sir.
tell a
Yes, sir.
testimony, you can really inspire not only yourself, but somebody else that may be in a situation. Because there's always somebody about to go into a storm. There's always somebody in a storm, and there's somebody
Yes.
coming out of a storm. So no
Yes.
matter what the situation, we set this platform as a place where you can talk about whatever you want to do, as far as how you can get through your situation. Because sometime in that midnight hour, Big B, you need
Ooh,
something to hold on to.
buddy, what you
And
talking
I'm gonna
about?
tell you that when they say midnight hour, yeah, I need to hold on to
Hallelujah.
something because sometimes you lose all faith. But we say only God is the author and finisher of your faith,
Yeah,
right?
man. Yeah, man.
So with that, we have testimony. So we open up the floor. Anyone have a testimony on their heart and mind? It could be something that you tried from not just us at the family tree, but something you might have been doing healthy, and you said, "Guess what? My blood pressure went down."
Mm-hmm.
Well, what? Get what? The
Go
doctor
ahead.
said,
Go,
"Out, no
what?
more pills for me." What? Oh,
Look
oh
out.
my
Look out.
goodness! Had a
Uh-oh.
smoothie, feeling good, whatever the situation. We want to open up the floor. So the floor is officially open. Anyone have a testimony on their heart and mind they would like to start off with? Anyone?
I
Big
do,
B.
Dr. Paul.
Yeah.
Yes, Gorinda.
Go ahead,
Dr.
I had a
Kalinda.
Gorinda.
guy that I saw this week who was starting to do keto. He had this keto stuff on his refrigerator, and he had this bottle of diet Lipton green tea. And he made the mistake of asking me, "So is this good for me? Because I'm trying to get fluids, drink plenty." I said, "Let's read the label."
You setting him up. You
I
setting
said,
him up.
do you know what this is? I said, this does this, and this is a petroleum product, and this does. After I got about the fourth and fifth ingredient, he said, I guess
Stop.
it's not good for me. I said, why don't you just buy some green or organic green tea bags, make you a nice big pitcher of tea, and sweeten it with some monk fruit or some
Mm-hmm.
honey or something like that, and then you'll have tea available. I said, what kind of
Yes.
water do you drink?
Oh,
See,
you didn't know.
there she
You didn't
goes. She
really
got
I
went
him
said,
good.
somewhere.
he said, well, the ingredients, I said, should good water have ingredients in it? That means somebody did something to it. They took
Mm-hmm.
something out, altered it, then added it back in. I said, you
Mm.
need to be drinking nothing except spring water bottled at the source.
There you go. That's right.
So,
That's right. Let's give Dr.
All right, all
Clarenda a
right,
hand.
all
She
right.
up
Go ahead,
there on
Tracy.
the
oh,
Hands.
board.
We see you. We see you.
Let me
Hey,
tell
hey,
you.
hey.
Let me tell you. I would not want to run into her.
Amen.
I
Amen.
love Dr. Clarenda. I love the way you set them up, though. You say,
Set them
"Hey,
up, sis. Set
set
them up.
them up." You set 'em up.
they ask me a
Let's
question,
look
they're
at
going
your
to get an
ingredients.
earful.
Look, I know that's
Let's
right.
look at your ingredients. Yes, because you know what? That's the part of the learning process. Is to break it down by the last compound. Start it a little bit at a time, and you go into each thing. And say, well, now, did you have to think about where that water come from? Oh, I never
Uh-huh.
thought about the water.
How about that?
Yeah. How about them ice cubes? Oh, wait a minute. Wait
Mm-hmm.
a minute. You starting
Mm-hmm.
something now. Where them ice cubes come from? Yep. All of that stuff makes a difference. Also, those Lipton teas, they did find little worms in them. So I
Well,
would stay away from the Lipton teas.
have mercy. Have
And
mercy.
90% of the bags that they opened, the little Lipton
Yeah.
green teas, they opened
Wow.
them up and they looked in there and they found worms.
Ooh.
Yes,
Ew.
I'm
sir.
sorry,
Yes, sir.
Dr. Paul,
Yes.
what tea was that?
That's the Lipton green teas. Yep.
Lipton
So
green
when they
tea.
Then
opened them
green
up in
tea,
the
not the
bag,
black
and
pico,
yep,
the
and that was
green.
like 90% of them at one
Ew.
time. Every
Ew.
one they pulled open had something in it. So I would
Well,
say, just
Lipton
like
has had
Dr.
a
Corinna said,
problem.
mm-hmm.
They've had a problem in it for a long time
Yeah.
about their
Right.
Lipton and Nestle
Mm-hmm.
with their
Yeah,
products.
absolutely. So you gave the best advice in the world, which means go get the actual green tea and you get it raw and you steep it yourself. 3 to 5 minutes, a little tea ball steeper, add a little bit of the sugar that is, of course, the
Mm-hmm.
organic sugars, and you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. And it's going to probably taste better too, because now that's going no additives, no preservatives to keep it
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
shelf, to
yeah.
keep it in there, and therefore it'll probably be much healthier for you. So thank
Right.
you, Dr. Renda. Let's come off mute for Dr. Clarenda.
That's right.
Yes.
See, got to keep everybody on the ball,
Everybody come
y'all.
off mute for
Yeah.
Yeah,
her.
yeah,
Come
yeah.
on,
Thank
give
you,
her a
Dr.
shout out.
Linda.
Come
Right,
Thank
on,
you,
all
y'all.
thank you,
right.
Come
thank
She
you,
on.
thank
doesn't even
you.
know we're talking about.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Thank
Talking
you.
about you.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congrats.
Keep
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
going.
Yes.
Congratulations.
All
Congratulations.
right,
Yes.
cricket.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
Congrats.
in the
Great, great,
house.
sis.
Now, Big B, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
man.
pick on you. I'm gonna pick on you.
Dr. Paul,
Yep,
leave me
I
alone.
got I got to pick on you
Leave
because
me
you
alone,
called
man.
me up in the middle of the night. You said, "Guess what?" So you got to tell your testimony
I
today.
ain't saying nothing,
Yes, you
man.
better. You better now. Go ahead, Big B. Tell us what
Karen,
Don't
happened.
can
make
we
us
just
go over the bridge to
can,
Jersey
can,
now.
come on, come on, y'all. No, guys, what he's talking about it's kind of funny. What he said, like it's like in the middle of the night, I had one of those moments. Because everyone knows that I had to have heart surgery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've had what you would call blood pressure issues for a long time. They've been giving me all these pills. When I came out, they gave me something else different from what they were giving me. And it was called clovidolol.
Mm-hmm.
Kicked my behind, y'all.
Mm.
All right, kicked my behind. So I told him, I said, you know what? I can't take this because it's causing me to itch and I started to lose my vision. Can you believe that? My eyes started to get real fuzzy and I couldn't see. And I had to itch and I had to scratch and all that kind of crazy stuff. So they said, it took me like about maybe almost a month and a half. I said, Doctor, I can't take this, man. He said, well, why don't you stay off? He said this about what? Oh, last week. From clovidolol, they took me to metoprolol and to try something else. Okay. So I went, and last week he said, well, look, if you're still having issues, why don't you come off of that for a week? Just hold it. Don't take anything. And we'll see what happens. Well, I did what he said. And guess what? All the itching went away. Everything went away. So I said, okay, 1 week is gone, so I'll get back on my regimen because I want to at least do what I'm told by my by my clinician, right? I put I took the blood pressure pills, and guess what? The itches came back, started kicking me in my behind. I said, I ain't doing this. But the question is, what do I do? But let me tell you how God does things. I got a stupid email from somewhere that I don't even know where it came from. And it started talking about, of all things, blood pressure. Okay. And it started to talk about the four most dangerous blood pressure drugs. Hello? Lord Jesus, everything they gave me was on that list.
Wow.
I said, I ain't taking this. But it was but it had something to do with what they call the blood pressure solution. So I went into it and I watched the video and I took the information all down. And let me tell you something, child. There's something in there that, of course, they were trying to sell an answer through books and stuff like that. But there was something that I found in there that was really kind of interesting because they started talking about, of all things, beet juice. I said, that's interesting. So guess what, y'all? I went straight to I went down the shop, right, y'all, and got me a 32-ounce bottle of beet juice. I started taking it two days ago. Guess what? My blood pressure is down now so low it'll make your heart hurt. Can you believe that? Can you look? I got it right here from me. It's crazy. My blood pressure is down. It was down today to 117/7.
Wow, big.
Do you heard me? Wow. I almost had a heart attack my own self. I can't go through that again. So I'll just say I'll stay healthy. And I took my little shots and sent it to Dr. P. I wasn't gonna say anything, but I said to him, he said, well, we're gonna talk about this night where you going to or not. So you better stop.
Yeah, that's right.
Here I am. Right. I'm just being open and honest, y'all.
Yes, let's give Big B a hand over there. Everybody better come on for Big B over there.
Beet juice,
juice, man. Yeah. You just listen to Daddy.
Drug free.
I couldn't believe it. When you get an email from somebody you don't know where it's coming from, there's your answer.
Isn't that interesting how this out of nowhere?
And that's the kind of shot glass you should have.
I know that's right, child. Wow.
Now you remember beets are good because they have the element to dilate. They have the ability to dilate, and with the dilation, moves those vessels, those endothelial vessels, and that means that if you have issues with congestive heart issues, that's what's going to move it. Opens up, Big B. That allows more oxygen, therefore less congestion. Now you're flowing back to the heart, buddy. So I would say stay on the beet juice. You know, if it's working, that's what your main thing is. Track your beet, your pH also if you can.
Yes.
But I think that you're doing great, man. And what a great testimony, man. You know you had to come up here, right? It ain't easy. I see that shirt now. Yeah, that's why that shirt.
Now you know why I said it ain't easy. But you know what? You also have to kind of listen to yourself. You know, your body will tell you things.
Yes, absolutely.
Your body will tell you things.
But also the universe comes to your beck and call. You know, you've done so much for so many. And then when you're in a need, you know, it just sometimes has to be a reminder. And the universe gave you a reminder. Said, hey, remember Big B? Because we talked about beet juice. We talked about what else? What else we talk about?
We
things that are dilators. Anybody else know the dilators we talk about? The dilators that open up those areas.
Cayenne pepper. Celery, red onion, cayenne pepper,
garlic, all those things, you know. So that's why sometimes your solution is right there. So, you know, congratulations, Big B. We appreciate
that, man.
And what a great testimony for somebody. Yes. All right. Okay. Who else we have? We have another testimony. Any other testimonies before we get started?
I do.
All right, Nita.
Hey, Nita, how you doing?
How are you? I'm late getting on. But it's a testimony about your natural green balance.
Okay.
Not only is it good for me, I was given a hydrangea plant for Mother's Day. So I brought it home and I said, okay, I'm going to pot this. Let me go get a pot and get this stuff. But by the time I was ready, I potted it, put it outside. The next day, all my leaves were drooping. I said, what the heck? I know I don't have a green thumb. But the light bulb went off. He said, you know what? Give that plant some natural green. I said, so I did. Next day, it was blooming. It was out. It wasn't drooping. I said, okay.
So you gave it a green drink, and the plant came back. Yes, yes.
All right.
Yes,
you got a new marketing strategy, Dr. Paul. You got a new marketing
you got
strategy.
another marketing strategy, because
that's awesome.
Well, first
That's
of all, we
awesome.
got to come off of mute for Nisa, Kathleen, and everybody.
Awesome.
See
my limit.
Hey, remember.
That's right.
Remember that.
Thank the Lord for the green drink.
I know that's right, y'all.
See, and this is something that happens. The green drink is so good in so many different ways. It's coming from the greatest source of land and sea. You got it, land and sea. So that means that even plants have the greatest essence for plants is the magnesium. So that's one of the highest forms of magnesium is anything green. How about that? So that's why we were saying we were giving it. I used to give it to my dog. I had a dog that actually lived for almost 20 something years. He's like 22 years. And they actually I adopted him from, the SPCA. And when the dog finally passed from old age, I took him back in and he was still on the actual, on the database. They says, wait a minute, this is your second dog, right? I said, no, this is the same dog. They couldn't believe. They said for that breed, they said he extended his life almost 10 years.
Wow.
From that. Yep. Almost 10 years. Because he was like maybe 12 years. And I know for a fact when I was preparing his food, I would always put a little bit over his dog food and he would eat it. After a while, he wouldn't eat it unless I put it on there. So I tried to fool him one day. I tried to not put it on there. He looked at me like, you probably something wrong with me. He said, he looked at me like, don't be trying to funk me, man. I know you ain't put nothing on there. And he would not mess with it unless he did that.
Smart for me.
How about that? So it just means that life begets life. Life gravitates towards life. You ever got to a salad bar and you said, I think I'm going to get a salad bar. I need some salad. I want something green. You have a natural craving for everything that is life. So even plants, we're just walking plants. That's all we are. We just got a chance to move around. Like them, they're rooted. We can actually move around. So congratulations. That's a great testimony.
Yes, it's time for everybody to light that green drink up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, listen, Dr. Paul, did they change the formula for the green drink? I know this is kind of gritty now.
No. Remember, it's always going to change. Remember, if there's a grittiness in there, it's a combination of the raw elements that it comes from. That's the same equivalent to you never get the same size banana or the same shape apple or the same shape of anything that's natural. It's in its natural raw state. So sometimes you're going to get a little bit more of the beets. You're going to get more of the dulse seaweed. There's a combination that we get. So you just add a little bit more water to it. And actually, the more gritty means that it's more compact. It's more there. So actually, I may have to tell them that you're giving away more nutrients in this thing just to make them on point. But that's a good thing. That's a very good thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
But just add a little bit more.
Yeah, and thank you for the long spoon, too. I appreciate that.
Okay. All right. Cool. Sounds good. Gritty is good, but just add a little bit more water to it. Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Let's see. What else we have, Big B? Anybody else before
Dr. Paul, before you go, can I share mine?
Yes, Kathleen. Hey, Kathleen. We'll come to you, Mark. We'll get there. Okay. Kathleen?
Yes, sir. So I talked with you yesterday. Thank you very much. And so my testimony is that when I first started coming to you 2 summers ago, and blood pressure was really, really, really high, diabetic, heart disease, et cetera, obese, a lot of things going on. And the pH was all new to me. And by myself, even with your green drink, but I was only ever to be able to get my pH to like 5.1, 5.2. And it's been a struggle. But recently I took it again because you said, start taking it again ever since I was sick. and it's 6.58. I never ever thought I would be in balance. I really
Oh my
didn't.
God.
Oh my goodness. That is
Wow.
awesome. That is awesome.
See.
Yes,
Congrats.
yes,
Congrats. Congrats.
absolutely. Congratulations. Everybody come off
Yes,
mute for
indeed.
Kathleen.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
That's
That's
good.
great.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
That is
awesome.
not
Congratulations.
easy.
Kathleen, you have this family that's wrapping our arms all around you.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? We wrapping our arms around you with not just hugs but prayer. Got it?
That's
Because
I
you
right.
know what?
appreciate it. Thank you very much.
We say, remember, you have to apply the principle, and that's what you've been doing.
Yes, yes,
Don't give
yes.
up faith, because that's the whole point. The whole point is that you have to continue to do it to get yourself to break this what they call this centrifugal force of going
Yes.
down. You're tearing
Yes.
down. You have to
Yes.
build it back up. And sometimes it's going to have to move a little slower, but guess what? You're moving it from moving real fast to now bringing it back the other way. That's the alkaline spin. We call that anion spin. That anion spin moves to the right, right? Remember, move to the right. Slow is female principle.
I know
So
that's
what
right.
happens with that also means that the liver starts to get clean. And when the liver starts to cleanse, it starts to hold now the charge of the body. That means that's your grounder. Your liver is your nuclear reactor for your body. So now that means that things are starting to change, but you got to do one important thing. You hear me? You hear me, Kathleen? You got to do one important thing. What's that? Don't stop. Don't
Okay.
stop. Got it?
I won't.
Keep
I
doing what
won't.
you're doing. Get your water. Stay on point with your water and continue your journey. You're doing well. Let's give it a shot one more time, y'all. Let's give her a
Yes,
shout. Let's give her a
yes.
shout. Yes.
Congrats.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Congrats. Congrats.
And
That's
Congrats.
right. That's right.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right.
indeed, indeed, indeed.
Congratulations for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mark, I got you over there,
Yes,
buddy.
sir.
Mm-hmm.
First, giving honor to God to giving me the strength to continue on this journey that I've been on for a very long time. It's, uh, Black Seed Bitter
Mm-hmm.
and that Zolite that you told
Zeolite.
me to start. Your
Zeolite.
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 Yes.
Yes.
And I'm taking both of them. And this is the first time I detox myself in a long
Oh, I
time.
was calling you.
Mm.
And I realized I had to do another
Oh,
detox
you
when
on
I
your
was
way
dealing
home?
with that.
Mute yourself there.
All
Mute
right, I just
yourself.
want to make sure
Who
so
is
you
that?
can
Who
get
is
off
that? Who
that
is that
leg.
over there? Mute yourself, 215. Mute yourself.
There you
Go
go.
ahead.
Thank you.
Go
We
ahead.
got you.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
When I
Go
was
ahead.
dealing with that COPD.
Mm-hmm.
And once I started doing that, I bought like 5 bottles of the Black Seed Bitter and went to work. My
Mm.
body feels so much better. My digestive system, my stomach feel like it's empty. And that's
Mm-hmm.
all I've been doing, some serious bowel movements. And I just thank the
Yes.
Lord. I just finally realized and did what I had to do. And I'm feeling a whole lot better now with the COPD and everything is great.
All
Yeah, man.
right. All
Yeah,
right,
man. Glad to
Mark.
hear
All
that.
right,
Glad to
man.
hear
Let's
that.
give a shout out
Glad
to
to hear
Mark
that,
over
Mark.
Yes,
there. That's
yes,
Yeah,
right.
Mark.
yes,
That's
Yes.
great, man.
yes, yes,
Congratulations.
You know,
yes, yes.
yes, zeolite.
Congratulations.
Remember
Yes.
we talked about zeolite for the last couple of weeks. You remember that's the crystallines that come out of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, they have the ability to bind to all sorts of toxins in the body. It's actually an excellent purge for the body. And zeolite also has a charge that now pulls things like the heaviest of chemicals out of the body, including pesticides, chemicals, chemo, radiation. It does so many things to the body. And definitely it starts to now relieve the cells from all of
Yes,
that
yes.
trauma. That's
I
what's
feel the
doing.
relief.
It relieves the trauma from the cells on that level, but also it creates a protection now, a barrier.
Yes,
Did
yes.
y'all know zeolite is also good for radiation, meaning that the electromagnetic field that goes on our field of Wi-Fi protection also? Yep.
Hmm.
So that's also so zeolite is definitely one of the detoxes that many people are starting to see the incredible amount of uses for it. So shout out to you, Mark. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
And,
Glad it's
and
working
that's
for you.
good. And that's also good for having MS too, right?
Absolutely. That's
Yes,
exactly why. Yep.
yes,
Because with the
yes,
effects of that dealing with it binds to all kinds of things like metals, specifically heavy metals out of the body. So if you've been exposed to something like remember we talk about some of the things and some of the causes of MS has a lot to do with shellfish and contaminants and things like that. That's one of the things that can actually bind to pull that stuff out of you. So that's really good, buddy. Stay on that ground, man. Yep, stay on the grind, brother. All right.
Dr. Paul,
yes.
What is that? You say he's taking Zeolite?
Zeolite. L-Z-E-O-L-I-T-E.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep. Yep. Removes all those things like lead, mercury. If you've been exposed to anything like, high levels of doses of anything that's out of balance, that's what helps to bind to that stuff and pull it out of you. Not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. All right? Certainly.
Certainly.
Dr. Paul, is that seasonal? Is Zeolite seasonal?
Seasonal, yes, always seasonal with the detox, right? That is correct. Every change of seasons, that's a good time to start, or the beginning of your season, which would be when you need the detox. Got it? So you would take it through that process, and again, you have to increase your water. That's why the water is so important. If you take something like a zeolite, you need a high alkaline water. Oh yeah, you're gonna pull it out of there, Jack. It's gone. It's coming out. Wherever it is, it's coming out of there. You got it?
Get it out of Get it
Can't
out.
say Mosai's a genius. Yes, that's right. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you, buddy. All right, let's see. Anybody else on the line before we get started, I want to go into a good topic today. Anybody else on the line here? Big B? Anybody else?
Going once.
Prophetess?
Going
anybody on the Facebook side? Oh, I want to say just a shout out. We are on Facebook right now. So if you have family that did not get the link for Zoom, just tell them we are on Facebook, and they can just go right to Dr. Paul, all one word, last name Hopkins, and we are streaming live on Facebook now.
It's also on my Facebook page.
It's also on Big B's Facebook page,
yes.
And also we will be rebroadcasting this on the other pages. So Big B, perfect time. You can give them the information.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready there, buddy?
Sir, I certainly am. Yeah, guys. One of the things is also going to be changing too is the ID for for Zelle. So just pay a close attention tonight, so you make sure you get everything. In order to make sure you get a copy of tonight's chat. Okay, remember them. Remember. You want to make sure you send an email to me. That's Bill Morgan. That's mechavideo@gmail.com. mechavideo@gmail.com. You got a copy of tonight's chat. And of course, to continue to support the family tree, you want to use my Cash App. That's $BILMORGAN. Now, if you use your bank through Zelle, guys, then we've changed that now to mechavideo@Comcast.net. Again, it's mechavideo@Comcast.net. And we can also do what? You can also contact us through our P.O. Box here in Mullica Hill. That's P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 108-062. Okay, you got it all. If not, make sure you let me know, so I'll make sure I put it in. Okay, everybody ready?
All right, Big B. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir,
appreciate you. And Prophetess, you got that zeolite, right?
Yep, she got it.
Okay, good. All right. Well, let's get started. Is anyone last call? Any testimonies?
Anyone else to testify?
Maybe they want to come in with a stealth.
They want stealth.
They want to come in with a stealth bomber. Boom! Drop it on us, right?
Nope, we ready. Move on.
All right. Prophet, see, I told you. Say she's back at whip time now. Let's get it going.
All right, let's go with the first one. Who's up there? Is that Karam up there?
That's Karam up in the corner.
Brother
yes, sir.
Karam, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, good evening. What's happening?
Man, I always look forward to your back screens, man. I don't know what I'm about to get with you, man. It's like, what's that? Ain't that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back there?
No, that's the Hard Rock Guitar Hotel in Hollywood, Florida.
Well, excuse me.
Well,
Go ahead, buddy. Excuse me.
They get ready,
bad self.
Yeah, they get ready to tear down the Mirage in Vegas and build a guitar hotel out there too.
Oh wow, that's cool. That is a cool hotel.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, all right. Good evening, everyone. I have 2 questions, but a quick comment before the 2 questions. I got my blood pressure.
Woo! All right, buddy. Yes, sir, man.
All right.
Yes, sir, buddy.
All right.
And actually, they're shipped from Miami. I could have gone down there and picked it.
Yeah, you should have told them to pick it up.
Yeah. So, and thanks. It looks like Dr. Lenny left, but
yes.
Thanks to you and Dr. Lenny, because that double discount,
Double
$45.80
discount.
off.
$45. That's right.
$45.80
yes.
off.
Yes.
So,
yes.
So yeah,
and it's worth every penny, y'all.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so I'll be reading the instructions after class here and using it for the first time. First question: fibromyalgia. Can you explain? I know it's something with the muscles and pain and the muscles and sensitive touch and whatnot, and the causes of that and possible remedies of that.
The
remedies for it.
Yeah. It causes a lot of problems. And this actually gets into the sensitivities of pain, things like the nerve ending that could be all over the body in any part of the body. We always look on the natural side. This is the blood issues. This falls under the area of autoimmune. Got it? Autoimmune disorders. So that means that we look at blood because the blood is the everything that goes on in the body. So clean the blood, you clean the body. But in most cases, a lot of people are having this issue because they're sedentary, they're not moving enough. So this starts to backs up the liver, now sends signals all throughout the body. Now the body's having a problem with balancing this thing of bacteria, virus, fungus, sepsis, parasites, all these different things, and it starts to pollute the blood. So when now to pollute the blood, now it's going to cause false signals all over the body. And that's what we're calling what the fibromyalgia is doing. It's causing issues with some people are having tender points on their body. Like they'll have like certain parts they'll touch, and sometimes it's in the lungs, sometimes it's internal, sometimes it's the joints, it's the ligaments. Fatigue is a lot of reasons that this can cause. We always say go back to cleaning the blood. You got to go back to the cleaning the blood. But also it means getting more active. That's why the RM3A is so good that we test for, because it looks for that pseudomotor. Now, the pseudomotor is exactly what I want to talk about today, which means you're sweating. You got to sweat. You got to sweat to move this stuff to push it out of the system. Got it? So that along with blood cleansers, because of all the things that God has created, all these herbs are doing what? They're cleaning the blood. So we would look for all the blood cleansers. I would say get an assessment first, but just traditionally what's used, and Prophetess, you can put that right in the chat box, all of those blood cleansers, the blood cleansers list. Just pick one. That's what we do. Got it? Pick one. And that from that one, you can start to cleanse the body, get the right water, and get active. That's what we want to do. Okay?
Okay. Now, ironically, what you just said, get the right water. Ironically, I said, are you happening? First question, are you drinking water? And the response was, I don't drink a lot of water. I said, I don't know that, and it's just my sister in Philly or in Shannon.
Okay.
And I said, I don't know that. And then, I said, I sent you the information before. All I could do is send it to you. I can't make you do anything with it. Then the excuses came with I can't find it. I went right on the website and said, I'm looking at Acme. They have gallon bottles of crystal. So every excuse, I take away. So I said, isn't it funny? I asked you that first question. You said, I said, I'm not a doctor though, but you need to start drinking a lot of water and the right water. So
you got it.
And beyond that, I'm out of my lane with that.
And that's really where we start. You want to lead them in the right direction. It becomes a mental war with all of us, because we've been told for so long that these things are good for us, but now all of a sudden we start to find out the things that we thought were good for us are now absolutely opposite.
So very true.
It means lifestyle changes. And does it mean, yes, I have to change up? Yes, it means lifestyle changes. I tell people all the time, you got to change. That's the only thing guaranteed in life is change.
Yes.
You got to change with the times.
Right.
And now with that, the body is a perfect example of the barometer of health. The body says, hey, I'm a righteous temple and I only accept the truth. So if you give me anything other than the truth and you give me a lie, I'm going to show you disease. Got it? That's it. It's imbalance. That's all it is. That's all dis-ease is. Ease is balance. Dis-ease means just out of balance. So we have to get back into that. Share with her. Be a be an information source for her. Invite her to the family tree. And just have her listen first. That means a
Right.
lot. And really, people have not been told to drink water, and we haven't been conditioned for that for school. So it's kind of understand. It's kind of understood.
Right. Okay. Thank you for that. And the second one is this is for you and for Nita.
Okay.
All right. 2 weeks ago, someone asked a question about compression socks.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I remember that.
Nita interjected and asked what color were the socks and all. And I was hoping she would go further, and then she stopped, and the person kept with their question. So that's my question to you or Nita.
Okay.
Regarding colors of compression socks or
well,
more in detail about compression.
Nisa,
I'm on.
she's expert on that. There you go, Nisa. That's right for you.
I'm on. And Kareem, I love you. Okay. I'm sorry. The reason why I asked what color they were, because a lot of my clients, I have compression socks, and they show them to me, and they're the ones that you get from the hospital because you go in, you're not moving, and they don't want blood clots to occur. So they give you those white ones, and sometimes they have the toe out. So that's why I ask, because I wear them every day, and I have all kinds and colors, and I have them for the holidays. So Halloween, I wear my Halloween ones.
You go ahead, girl.
I wear my Christmas. Valentine's Day, I wear my black ones with the big red lips. So I was just wondering and want to distinguish, because many people say, "Oh, they're white," and they misunderstand, and they're not compression; they're anti-embolic, meaning to prevent blood clots, because the compression stockings have a measurement, and I wear the lower ones, and I am so proud. And this time I went to see a patient. She had an ulcer on her leg, and she had both her legs were swollen, and she's on Lasix, and I took her off of Lasix, and they put her on torsamide, and she said, "Well, I'm taking a water pill." I said, "Well, the doctors don't know. They mean well, they don't do well." When I came in, I looked at your legs, and I said, "I know you have venous insufficiency," because they were discolored, swollen. I said, "But I'm not going to compress, because I have to check your circulation, and I do ABIs on my patients using the Doppler and everything." And her arterial circulation, the number was 1 point, so I know I can compress. So one treatment of the 2-layer, I got her legs down.
Excellent.
They are down.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
I'm continuing. I'm going to see her tomorrow. I put it on last Thursday. I saw her Monday. I put it on. I'm going to see her tomorrow just to be sure. And she'll do one next week. And then I'm going to call her son, put her in some compression socks.
Right.
You know,
Right. Awesome.
15 to 20 millimeters of mercury. And another patient, I ordered him some. I did it because he has no income. So I used my foundation and I ordered him some. But I had to order him the extra large and only ordered 2 pair, because his legs are so swollen. Once he wears them a while, the compression is going, the swelling will go down. And then we can order the regular size. So I didn't want to order him a whole slew of them, and then it'll be the wrong size after a while. But that's my specialty with these leg ulcers and edema, because it's the lymphatics.
Yes, the lymphatic system's backing up.
Right. The swelling is not due from heart or kidneys. And that's why I tell my patients, you have to get to the source. And that's what the doctors don't do. They just see swelling, they want to give you a diuretic. And the Lasix messes with your kidneys big time. So you got to watch that.
And also massaging that area of the inguinal the nodes in that area helps with that process. And remember, if you're doing any type of lymphatic massage, or you can go see someone like Nitha who does that process of that ABI, which is that brachial, right? That's the brachial
The ankle brachial index.
Right,
yeah.
right. Because I have a device that does that, but I tend not to use that because there's so many imbalances with people. I have the one that does both the arms and the legs. And, and I tend to see that same thing. And that's what I want to talk about today, the backup of the lymphatic system and how we have to get this thing moving, y'all. You got to get more movement into your discipline every day. So do something. And but thank you, Neitha. I appreciate you. Thank you.
No problem.
Indeed,
Thank you,
indeed.
Neitha. Yes. And
all right, Karen, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Neitha. Appreciate it. And that's it, Dr. Paul. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Good stuff, Karen. Good stuff,
always
man.
good to come to the family, y'all.
Hey, Dr. Paul.
Yes.
Please call me, Miss Neitha.
Hey, Farouk. I know who that is.
Hey,
I know who
Farouk.
that
What's
is.
up,
Hey,
buddy?
Farouk.
How y'all doing tonight, man? I'm doing wonderful.
Well,
good.
Right.
Good to hear, man. Good to hear.
I have a question.
Sure.
The question I have is, is it well, is it okay to like use I guess the question of the day is because I know they have different types of dispensaries and all these things, right? But I know the question of like marijuana and everything pops up today. Is it okay to distribute it? Because they said something about 2018 Farm Bill, and they said it's virtual dispensaries and all that. So what's that about?
Well, it's all about the state determining what they want to consider to be legal. That's what's going on. You're looking at state by state, it's starting to become legal. That's basically what it's coming down to. The sad part that I think about is all the brothers and sisters that went up, and that were charged and now are in prison serving time for something that was illegal, but now they made it legal. And now everybody has access to it and everybody has their version of it. Now, whether it's good for you, that's the whole nother thing because there's no regulatory agencies in the United States. Got it? So now you don't know if you're getting the real deal. Not saying that CBD or anything, marijuana is not doing well.
Anthony.
Somebody, Anthony, mute yourself, buddy. Mute yourself. All right, mute yourself. Anthony, mute yourself. I got him.
Okay, good.
All right, so that's why we're saying that you have to be aware of where we are. We're in America and there is no mandatory labeling. So that means regulatory agencies is important. Anthony, you got to mute yourself, buddy. You got to mute yourself. All right. And what happens is people are not understanding what's going on. I got you. You don't have to touch it. Don't touch it, Anthony. I got you. You keep turning yourself back. All right. What you have to do is just understand that yes, the CBD oils, all of the marijuana that people are actually taking now is used as a sedative and it helps people with their conditions. But that's a loaded question for someone like myself, who's a naturopathic doctor or any herbalist. They're going to say, well, all of them are good, but they're focusing, only people can focus on one thing at a time. That's why all the traffic is going in that direction. But really what's happening is we got an overall problem. We have inflammation. We have people in pain. We have people who have mental, issues that they're dealing with, and that helps them to calm their situation with anxieties. So it's a lot of reasons that we have to look at other imbalances, but they're looking at this only as the one solution. So whatever you're doing, I would always say to question where it comes from, because when they started to look at the levels of toxicities in these things, it was way out of control. So just be careful, okay? Whatever your brand you get, or if you decide to get your license for that, you got to know what you're doing, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I understand. So basically, because I've been to these fairs and things like that, and then like I use CBD oil, and I don't get I understand the toxicity and stuff, and they use unrefined coconut oil and stuff like that. So I have a gentleman that actually has a good one. So
okay, yeah, you got to find out what works for you. And make sure you do research on the processes. Most of them have pretty much given their understanding, or they'll give you what processes they use for cultivating it, all the process, where it comes from. You just got to be on point with that. That's what
I don't go. You know what? I don't deal with like especially places like this because I know some places now they doing it like off of the streets and stuff. I don't use that, bro. I don't go. I go like to like great dispensaries that I know that, really can't sell them any product without it being inspected.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation and topic, man, that you get into. But you have to look at ultimately what is your main objective. What are you trying to do with yourself? What are you trying to gain? Are you trying to, is there other alternatives? It's just because when you're in that direction, you're gonna expect a lot of static there. You gotta understand that. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Good stuff, man. All right. How's the vegetarian lifestyle, bro?
Oh my God, the vegan lifestyle is always great. I still doing great with that. And I just wanted to ask this, about your special, and your location. It seems like you get more time and more spaces.
Yeah, we actually have opened up more space and time. That's what I've done. Based on the time that we're available, I made myself more available for the people. That's correct.
And okay, and then you do like sell your stuff in your office again?
Well, it depends if it's available because it goes fast. So like the green drinks, the colon cleanse, the parasite, things like that. For example, this week we're out the greens, but we got the colon cleanse and the parasite. Next one's should be in by tomorrow or Friday. So that's why we keep it rolling. It's got to keep it moving. But see, people are moving based on different flows. So go to the website. If you're ever in doubt, go to the website. You can always order the product. We never run out online. Okay.
That's right. You have your online portal from the company.
Yep. Just go right to shop dot Dr. Paul Ernst with an S.com. Profit has dropped that link in there for everybody. And you can go right there, and we're always on point with that. As far as you got Brother Dodd over there. Everybody know Dodd. Give a shout out to Dodd out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo, Dodd.
Dodd always is spot on it. If you got a problem, any issues with shipping, anything, Dodd will be on it, and he will help you with your process for getting it in and out to you. Also, if you have, we have 2 other locations. Dr. Lenny is starting to actually carry the green drinks. So shout out to Dr. Lenny. And also ACAF, African Cultural Art Forum. Yep, on 52nd Street. They're picking it up. So see, these are places that are continuously, as they pick up, we'll try to keep it moving. That's what we do, family. All right. All right. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
God bless you.
All right, man. Appreciate you. All right, Karen, were you done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. Then Carol G is up next, Dr. P. Carol?
Carol G.
Hey, everybody.
What up,
Big B. Dr. Paul.
What's up?
I had a few questions, quick ones. I was with some family
members. Ain't no quick questions now. Ain't no quick questions.
Okay, remember, well, let me slow down.
Important questions. That's right. That's right. No quick questions.
I was with some family members Saturday. One of them had a knee replacement in December, still having stiffness, pain, and just is not doing well. The other one does a lot of prepping food, and her wrist is bothering her. She has a thing on. So I thought about turpentine oil. I looked it up. I think it's for tissues, nerve pain, inflammation.
That is correct.
Muscles. So I didn't know. I said, I'm not a doctor. So I would ask Dr. Paul. The other thing is that I got that blood pressure monitor. They wouldn't give me 2 discounts, and they charged me $99. Mine came today. So I'm going to call them back again tomorrow and find out what's going on.
All right, let me help you with that.
Okay.
Because I can hear her head going back and forth like this right now. I ain't even looking at her head, but I can see her head going like this. All right, when you're punching in your 2 codes, got it? Remember, it was Doc Reviews with an S 2022. Got it? You have to apply it. And once you apply it, then it pops out again. Erase that area. It'll apply it, the discount. And then you go back in and you put the second one in. The second one is Oxy, OXL-20. Got it? Yeah. That's the one you would do. And then you hit apply again. And then it'll give you the double discount.
Is it too late?
Well, it's probably, if you've already ordered, it is. It's probably going to be too late. But moving forward, though, anyone that's taking, that's the Oxyline Pro X. That's the highest on the line of the most accurate blood pressure monitors that's out right now, verified. They've actually said it is the most accurate of +1 or -1 on the accuracy rate. So it is the best out there. It has a new technology where it actually, when the cuff is around your arm, it has a stabilizing technology, which means that it gets the most accurate numbers. So that's where you would go. Providence, I don't know if you have that link. I don't know if you were here when we gave
No,
out.
I wasn't. So, but I'm typing now. So what was that first code?
It's called Oxy. The first code is Doc Review.
Doc, D-O-C?
D-O-C, yes.
R-E-V, yep, REVIEWS 2022.
Right.
And the second one is OXL-20. Okay, and do you have the link for the blood pressure monitor where you can purchase it from?
No, I never.
All right, so it's the Pro XS
Pro X. I'm sorry,
yeah,
Pro X.
Yeah, let me do this. I'll drop it right in the line for you. I'll drop it in there for you. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Pressure X Pro. Pressure, the letter X Pro.
Yep, Pressure X Pro. And I'm gonna go right to the website and get that for you. Okay. And let me go over here. Pulse XS. No, that's another one.
I don't think that
Pulse,
OXL-20 is working because I'm
yeah,
in there.
Working. Yeah, it's working. Yeah,
I'm in there. It's telling me
X
that.
Did you put the first code in? Did you put the first?
Yep, Doc Reviews 2022, and then I took that out. It gave me $20 off, and I'm putting in the OXL-20 and trying to hit apply.
But just take the dash out of there. See if the dash makes a difference. Because sometimes it'll have a little dash in there. So.
Well, did it start at 119? Because mine started at 119.
Mine started at 129. Let me refresh.
Well, guys, there's two
you may have
size cups. Yeah. There's two size cups. There's an extra large and there's a smaller one. So you should measure your bicep.
Yep.
To see which one is appropriate.
Please make sure you do that.
And measured mine.
I would highly recommend you just get the larger cuff. Okay, just get the larger cuff because it becomes more reliable because you may need it for other areas that you may have to use for it because sometimes you may have to take it from your leg or somewhere else. So it's better to get the larger cuff. See, the standard cuff is between 8.7 and 14.2. The XL cuff is 8.6 to 16.5. Got it? So when you go online, it's the Pressure X Pro. That's what it's called, the Pressure X Pro. And when you go in there, make sure you punch in, and when you add to cart, got it? Add to cart, and you punch in those two, it'll give you those two areas. You'll have on your cart size, it says, have a promo code, ? You click on there. It'll usually start at 119 if you're doing like a standard cuff. If you're doing anything larger, it's going to be 129. Got it?
Right.
So that's the difference.
Yeah, it took it out.
Yeah.
It did it.
Right. So did you add both codes?
I'm trying to add the second one now. I'm seeing if it'll work with the second one now.
Yep. So those are the ones that you want to do. But we'll try to straighten out just before we get you out, okay? All right.
So Dr. Paul, what do you think about the turpentine oil?
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Turpentine oil does excellent for inflammation on every level. That's why our ancestors used to use that. But I'm going to tell you, family, I mean, that's an oldie but a goodie right there. That one is, it is used for the purpose of inflammation, specifically with things like bursa. And that's the pads in your body. And that's why we need that to reduce the inflammation because we're getting too acidic and the body's going after you. Goes after the joints, the ligaments, connective tissue, the pads. So what we do is if that's directly on contact, I don't know anything that works that fast. That's probably one of the fastest things that moves because it's coming from what? Remember where turpentine comes from, right? Where it's come from?
The
pine tree. Yeah,
pine tree.
There you
go.
What
about seed buckthorn, Dr. Paul? What about seed buckthorn?
Absolutely. There's multiple things that you can use. Sea buckthorn is another one. That's for connective tissue. Yes, absolutely. But ultimately, my question is, are you drinking water? You know, why are we finding too much acid? And why does it have to
that? She said she just started drinking water again.
See, there you go. It's always coming back to the water every time, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna come back to water every time. So look at it like this. Either you drink the water or it's going to start to show in pain. And it's going to start to go after somewhere because you're out of balance. Watch the food choices. Got it? It's going back to the pH every time.
Okay, so next question is these apricot seeds.
Apricot seeds.
3 a day or something that you can take, but they're supposed to be for cancer. Have you heard anything like that?
Oh, that's an old one.
Take them, that it's poison.
No,
If you take too many of them.
Let me dispel this. Okay. Let me clean this one up. Yes, let me clean this up.
Okay, clean it up.
All right. See, what's happening with when you're looking at apricot seeds, okay? And let me tell you this little history about apricot seeds. Apricot seeds were back maybe about, I guess, maybe 15 years ago, maybe even 20 years ago.
Yeah, 20.
More like
20.
More like 20 years ago. They started finding out that the seeds, remember, the seed is the essence of all the energy. Got it? And this is with any seed, y'all. This is the greatest source of energy, comes from the seed, right? The flesh is the byproduct of the seed. Got it? So if you don't have a seed, you ain't got nothing. You got seedless. That's why I call it what? Soulless.
Soulless.
So you have to start to now, if you start to do the things with these seeds, they found out when people started using these apricot seeds, issues with grapefruit-sized tumors started disappearing. That ain't my numbers. That's what
that's what I heard.
Grapefruit-sized tumors started disappearing, and then all of a sudden, there was mass movements for getting apricot seeds imported from other countries closer to the equator. I can probably imagine because they're probably fresher. But then all of a sudden, I didn't start trying to start nothing, Big B.
Well.
But they started saying overnight, they said no more bringing in apricot seeds.
Ooh.
And matter of fact, at that time, it was about $3 a pound. Right? So you can get as many as you want to. And then overnight, they started saying, well, if you get any imported, it's going to be $12 a pound. And they have to be open and salted. And that happened overnight, y'all. That happened overnight. So that stopped that whole market of people moving to apricot seeds with as alternative methods for treating things like cancer and things like that. Yep, because that was that. But that's a little history piece. Now, what does apricot do? Does it work for that? All seeds do. You got it? Because that's the original DNA of the plant itself. That's the original life force of it to create another one. So if it's got ability to create something else, it's got to be something powerful in that seed.
I know that's right. Yes, sir.
I'll be right back.
Got it? So just keep that in mind that yes, apricot seeds are some of the most powerful methods for an antioxidant. That's what it is. Also, guess what the other one is? Grape seed.
Yes.
Grape seed. Yes, grape seeds. Yes. That's what. Isn't it interesting how there's no more grape seeds? There's always seedless grapes now.
How about that?
Interesting. Things that make you go,
I know that's right.
So yes, one of the other ones that you can do would be the avocado seed. Don't throw that thing away. You need to dry that out. Yeah.
Dry it out and then grate it up with a grater.
Grate it with a grater. Dry it out. Yep. That's an excellent antioxidant that you can add to your green drinks, things like that. So seed is the essence. So apricot seeds got a plus with me.
Thank you, Dr. Paul.
All
Thank you,
Carol.
Big B.
All right,
thank you, Carol.
All right, now.
Good question. Now, Big B, before you go first, before you go for it, I want to talk a little bit about something. All right.
All right.
And remember, I was telling to the family, get your pens and pads ready. I got some stuff for you. Got some goodies for you. Got it? And I want to talk about today the issue that I keep seeing. You know, we've been talking about it ever since we started. Right, somebody mute yourself. Mute yourself. Come on, y'all.
Mute yourself, please.
Everybody should mute yourself right now. Got it? All right. This is important. This is very important. So mute yourself, okay? Come on, y'all. Come on.
Speak peace. There we go.
Peace. Mute yourself. Got it? Who is that? Is it gone? They got
it?
It's
gone.
Okay, all right. Now, this is going back to, again, the fact that people are not sweating. You're not sweating. You're not moving this stuff. I'm sitting with folks when we sit down with the ARM 3A, and I look at the pseudomotor, and it goes Out of 100, they're at 99, 90, 90, 85, way up there. That means it's not moving at all. You got it? So you got to get this lymphatic system moving. That's what the good Lord gave us these sweat glands for, to move this stuff, right? If you don't move it, you
lose it.
All right, I'm glad you got there, Betty. Somebody got me. Left me hanging there. So the name for these are called diaphoretics. You ever heard of diaphoretics?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and diaphoretics, let me spell it for you. Diaphoretics. Not to be confused with diuretics. Got it? Diaphoretics are herbs that move and open the pores, increases body's perspiration. I had some folks that say, I ain't never sweat. I said, that's the reason that we're here today. We're having this problem because as we get older, it's only going to now create a longer term problem. So diaphoretics are those that increase the body's function of perspiration, which actually rids the impurities out of your body. Got it? So it helps you to lower things like fevers, speeds up the cleansing and the body's process for flushing. Got it? So I want to give you some herbs today. Get your pens and pads. Not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. I'm going to unload on y'all today. Got it? And what do we say? You don't have to do all of them. This is just traditionally what's been used in our culture to take that can help you in any way. Start with one. Remember, what did I say, Big B? Just start with
one.
One. You don't have to do all of them, but it's good to know what the toolbox looks like. So I'm going to give you a toolbox of herbs that have traditionally been used to move this lymphatic system. They're diaphoretic. What's diaphoretic mean again, y'all? What does it mean? Moves and starts the body to start to sweat. So if you've been having problems, dry skin, eczema, issues with bloating, gas, constipation, all these things where your ankles are swelling and all this stuff, you're not moving. It's not a pass, though, for exercise. I want to say that again. It's not a pass for not exercising. You still got to exercise, but this can help the process, all right? So I want to give you some. Here's the first one. And the first one is ginger. Yep, ginger. Ginger is excellent to start to move that, what we call burners in the body, the lower, upper, and middle and lower burners of the body. Ginger. Ginger is excellent because it also comes in different variations and forms. You can take the ginger root itself and just with Big B, just taking a little bit of that, grade that off right into some hot water. Wow, you got a tea. There you go, right there. So ginger would be number one. Number two is hyssop. Y'all heard of hyssop, right?
Yes.
Where'd y'all hear hyssop from, Big B?
Purge me with hyssop.
Ooh, that sounds like a scripture. That sounds like the word right there.
Yes, sir, buddy.
I wonder how the Bible is always correct. How about that? Always finding something in the word, but yes, may I purge myself with hyssop. Hyssop is one of those herbs that's a purger. It's a purger. It pulls and starts to get your body to start sweating.
Yes.
Next one is angelica root. Angelica root. Angelica root has another name. It's also called Donquay. A lot of women use this as a part of dealing with balancing of hormones, dealing with cycles, rhythms. But the main thing is moving, is starting to move the liver to move so it can start to purge the system so you can balance out your hormones. Wow, isn't that interesting? This goes back to the endocrine system. The endocrine system starts to move now. We start to do things that move this. That's what makes angelica root so good for women. And that's why women traditionally use that. Donquay. You ever heard of Donquay? Y'all, ladies, y'all hear everyone this one? Y'all hear me?
Yes, I have it.
Y'all got that. You got the Donquay. Yep. That is actually used for that. All right, next one is, let's see, what's the next one? Blessed thistle. Blessed thistle. Yep. The blessed thistle is part of the very many things that thistle has. There's blessed thistles, there's holy thistle, and there's milk thistle. All of the thistle family are excellent for getting their diaphoretic, which means they move this thing to start to move. Got it? Starts to push this stuff out of the body. So all of those are definitely good. Got it? So blessed thistle or any of the thistle family.
Hmm.
Another one is called pleurisy. 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 Now, pleurisy has a special place in, not only is it diuretic, it has the ability to diaphoretic, but it has the ability to also flush the lungs. Got it? Because of course, the pleurisy is dealing with the lungs. So this is also has an extra additive because not only is it flushing the system, but it does well for the upper part of the body, which is where a lot of people have the issues. Remember, with the breast issues, with the blockage of the lymphatic system in the breast areas, also with the cervical areas and the areas of the thyroid, all of that. This one has a lot to do with the lungs. So it actually helps with opening up those bronchial tubes. Open them up, start to flush this stuff out. But you know what? It starts to heat up the body, starts to get it going so you can start to sweat. Got it? So pleurisy would be the next one. I don't know where I am on numbers there.
Pleurisy is number 5. We're on number 6 now.
Okay, good. Next one is Indian hemp. Indian hemp. Yep, Indian hemp. Yep, these are some of the traditional ones that have been used from Native American Indian. That's our family, of course.
Yes.
And many of us have Indian background here in the United States. And with that, these are some of the traditional ones that were seasonal support. Isn't it interesting how the old Indian wild cherry bark syrup has been studied for so long because it does the ability for seasonal supports, gets you moving, heats the body up, gets this stuff moving. Everybody needs a little help now and then. But also that means, again, make sure you're not using this as an excuse not to exercise. You still have to exercise, okay? Now, I have a couple more, some more. Next one we call lobelia. Lobelia, L-O-B as in boy, E-L-I-A, lobelia. Now, lobelia has traditionally its background as also called the smoker's herb. Ooh, Big B.
Okay.
This was the smoker's herb right here. If you try to stop smoking, this is your herb. But remember, like, I'm going to put a pause there, put a little, Big B, as we say, a little disclaimer.
Yeah.
And that's that. We can give you the herb, but we can't stop the ritual and the ceremony. That's all we can do. All right. So lobelia, its ancient name is called, guess what it's called? Big B, Indian tobacco.
Shut up, boy.
That's what it's called.
That's the stuff you grow under the back seat.
Right.
Oh, under the porch. I know how it is.
You put that under the All right. So what's happening with the lobelia? It's a diaphoretic. It moves the system. That's why it purges this stuff out of you. That's why it's so good for flushing the system of nicotine. Now you get it. Now you get it. Now I got it.
Okay.
All right. Couple more.
Number 9.
Next
I'm sorry,
one,
number 8.
Number 9 would be
number 8. This is 8.
This is 8?
Yep,
Okay,
this is 8.
sage. Sage. Yep, sage. Excellent purger. It purges and pushes the stuff out of you. Cleanses the air also. But sage is also something that I highly recommend. You start adding a little sage to your spices and food, like as a spice on your foods and the things that you eat. I have a lot of sage in my diet, and anything that I have, I always try to put a little bit of sage because sage helps you to heat up a little bit, helps you to flush, keeps the skin good, nice and clean. But it also does other things for purging out of the lungs in all areas, for the cervical, the axillary, and the inguinal areas of the lymphatic system. So it's actually one of the best purges that you can find. All right.
Okay.
Last one is yarrow. 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 Okay. Yarrow. You can find yarrow has always been a traditional herb for seasonal support. That's why you see that's one of the number one ingredients in the old Indian wild cherry bark syrup, because it has the ability to make you sweat. So when you had a cold or something, that's why the old Indian wild cherry bark syrup is good for colds and stuff like that. And that's because it makes you sweat. It makes your body start to heat up. You ever heard it say you got to sweat it out? Remember, when if you know any sports players, anybody in here, the brothers know, you know, when you got a cold back in the day, what they say, Big B? You got to sweat it out, man. You got to sweat it out. I'm going to run ball or something. I'm going to sweat this thing out of me. You got it. So that's what that does. It starts to now move. That's one of the number one diaphoretics. Got it? All right. Let me give you one more. And that's anything that deals with the peppermint family. The peppermint family. So that's peppermint, spearmint, got it? All those in that peppermint family. So that also means the lemon balm. Any of those that are in that family are also they're diaphoretic. Got it? So any of those in that peppermint family. So any of the peppermint family, make sure, and that's also lemongrass too. The lemongrass is another one. Okay, if I were to throw one more in there, that would be lemongrass. Okay? So again, the only disclaimer I say is this is not an excuse for not getting movement, right? But it's also going to help the process. Body says, hey, I can help you, but I'm going to give you a little help, but you got to get to work in. Got it? You still got to get to work. So what's the exercise look like? Well, exercise looks like moving this lymphatic system. When you're taking a good herb, you can take it usually in its raw state. Traditionally, what it's been used for, not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. It's always been taken as a raw tea, and you steep it in some hot water. Good water, right, Big B?
Yes,
good
sir,
water.
buddy.
And you steep it 3 to 5 minutes. And then you have a little T-ball steeper, steep it in there, and therefore you got it. Try to do it in the morning, and then usually try to do it in around the dinner time. That would be an excellent tea for after dinner. And with that, if you start to do that, along with encompassing some level of exercise, I try to tell folks to get that lymphatic system moving. If you can do it every day, sometimes if every day you're doing it, and if you try to do your workouts, try to do it every day at the same time. Same time. Prophetess, I think you're
I saw that tape
on.
downstairs. I saw that tape.
Here you go.
Your mic's on there. Yeah,
I got it. Your mic. Okay,
I got it. Yeah. Yeah. And 3 to 5, sometime 3 to 5 minutes is all you need to steep it, but you got to get that exercise in, because when you're exercising, you're moving that lymphatic system. It's going to start to move this stuff, because if it's backing up, it's going to back up in the blood.
Yep.
We talked about fibromyalgia, talk about sarcoidosis. We talk about things like lupus, things like multiple myeloma, endometriosis. All these things are backing up in the system. The body says, I can't get rid of this. I got to pump it into your blood. And that's what's causing these problems. That's what we're causing blood issues. Old folks used to, back in the day, used to say what? What did they call it, Big B? They said, you got what? Tired blood.
Tired blood.
You got tired blood. You got tired blood.
Geritol.
Take some Geritol.
That's what they use.
You had that doctor with his little liver pills.
Now you know where. That's right. That's why Carter had his liver pills. He's eating what? They said. Yes, but they did it for a reason. They did it for a reason. That's because they knew that these things are purging. They will push it out of the system. Yes. Exercise starts with this. If you're someone who's been sedentary for a long time, this is what I would suggest. Got it? The lymphatic system only moves. Remember, it's the secondary circulatory system, so it does not have a pump. Not like the first system, which is your heart, which pumps arteries and veins. Secondary system doesn't have a pump. It only has muscles that overlap and they twitch. They're only going to move, though, when you move. Got it? So you got to move. You got to move. You got to get the system moving. So what else moves? When you're doing the exercises, what else moves the lymphatic system? Breathing. That means breathing is very important. I can't tell you how many people sit down with me every day and they're not breathing right. You're not breathing right. They say, nobody ever taught me how to breathe. I just breathe. That's the whole problem. When you breathe in, what happens? Stomach comes out, right? That's right. Stomach comes out. And it's not by force, but it's just naturally. Your stomach comes out, and then when you breathe out through what's called pursed lip breathing, which means you pucker up and you blow out, stomach comes down. Simple as that. Breathe in. Naturally, it just happens naturally. We call it baby breathing. Got it? Baby breathing. Blow out through, just like that. Simple as that, y'all. To reset yourself, if you're still having a problem, you know, people are top or heavy top breathers. That means that your cadence is off. So we say lay flat on your back. And as you lay flat on your back, when you breathe in, stomach goes up, breathe out, stomach falls. Got it? Let gravity retrain you. Got it? Next thing is also stretching. Stretching is another thing that starts to move the lymphatic system. So that means when you get into your regular stretching and routine, yep, you got to start to move those areas. We say prime the pump, Big B,
Yeah,
prime
buddy.
the
Yes,
pump.
sir, man.
Remember how we were doing this when we end the show? We do
Yep,
like
yeah.
this.
Yep,
We
yep.
go under here, start to move like this. This is for all women when you're dealing with breast lumps and things like that. You got to open up those nodes. Got it?
Yes, yes,
Open
yes.
up those nodes. What's under here, y'all? Remember this? Yep, right under here. Same thing in the inguinal area in the groin. Got it? And then you start to move. When you move where? Towards the heart. Always
Yes.
towards the heart. This is called lymphatic massage. You may want to have a lymphatic masseuse. Did I give out the number for the masseuse that the sister gave me? Did I give that out last week? Did I give that out?
You gave it out a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I gave it out
Yes,
a
you
few
did.
weeks ago.
You
So
give it
I would
again.
check out with Neetha first because she's in the family right here. Check with her first.
Yeah, just.
But there's many
Hey guys, you
people.
want to talk to Neetha quickly? Just
Yes.
click on her name and it'll take you directly. You can communicate with her directly.
Yes, Neetha, we want to support you on your efforts of what you're doing and your new objectives that you're doing with your business, and definitely is so needed. So I thank you so much.
Right.
So I would say definitely check with Neetha first. Also, another thing is the trampoline. The mini trampoline. Did you know that that mini trampoline, they started seeing that rebounder, it's called a rebounder, has moved grapefruit-sized tumors out of people's bodies.
It's fun.
Just
Fun.
by
It's a
doing that,
bad boy.
just by doing that rebounder. That means grab you one with a stabilizer if you have to, with the bar on it. Get on there and just start bouncing. If you can't stand on them, you can even just sit on them and start
bounce
there.
up and down.
Yep, you can start by sitting on them and just bouncing on them. That's another way of doing it.
Yes.
You can
yes,
also
yes.
get
expensive.
you can also get the ones like the medicine balls. You ever saw them? You can go right to Walmart and get one of those balls.
Get the medicine,
the medicine balls
with the handles.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, with the handles.
We used them when we were kids.
Y'all funny, boy. Y'all funny. With the handles. What did they used to call that thing? You remember when they used to hop around on them? What was that called?
Hoppity ball or something. I
Hoppity
can't
hop.
remember. But we
They
used
call it
them as
hoppity hop.
kids.
Yeah, that was a hoppity hop.
They had a handle on
man.
Pogo. The pogo stick. Pogo stick. Yeah.
All of those
wasn't the ball.
See, all of those
wasn't the ball.
Think about it. If you look at all of those, if you look at all of those different things that we played so much with, a lot of it had with jumping jacks, jumping rope, you know, doing things like hopscotch. All these things were moving the lymphatic system the whole time. And we got away from being childlike. Isn't the word say something about that?
And little child shall lead them.
There you go. There you go. We got to go back to being like children again. We have to start to get into these things. Hop around a little bit. Hula hoop. Yeah.
Well, I know that's right.
All of these things move the system. You know, and that's why we have to do this. And as we get older, we get away from being childlike.
Right.
That's where these things are happening. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to give you a breakdown of the ancient breakdown of where the playground really comes from. That's a deep show. That's going to be a deep show. Because I'm going to show you where the actual playground was really used for balance your body out for health. How about that? And I'm going to break down each and every one of the rides on the playground and how they actually affect you and how it's been changed and how we've misinterpreted them all along. But they're always medical devices for determining how to balance the body. It's an amazing thing. But those are the last things I wanted to end.
Okay, Dr. Paul, do you want to keep your head here now? We've got Jared, Gail, Kathleen,
let's go
Katrina, and Clorinda, and Vit, and Nikki. Okay,
Okay,
so
let's go.
And we've got quite a few questions in the chat box.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Jared, you there?
Yeah, what's up? How you guys doing?
All right, man.
All right, all right.
Hey Doc, I was I believe I asked this question when I first got on, maybe last year. I was asking about creatine.
Yes.
And what's your thoughts about creatine?
Well, remember, I would say just, creatine has had some bad rap. And that's because when they doing it, remember, they're separating, isolating, dividing. You got to make sure that these are amino acids. So you have to start to now know where they come from. I don't think you need to go in that route. Why are you using it for? That would be
Oh
a question for it.
no. I wasn't using it. I would just they were saying as we get as we get older, we need to maintain that muscle mass and just in case you fall and prevent your hip from breaking and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but
because
just to like to maintain muscle mass.
Right, that is correct. And that's why you see all those that are working out use that. But remember, you got to watch because there's synthetic versions of it. That's what I was saying. Be careful with that. It helps with the ATP, which actually deals with the mitochondria, gets it into the cell level. So that's what initially, when you're doing that, just be careful. You got to drink a lot of water with that. Got it? Because it can, because what happens is it can be dehydrating for a lot of the people, and it can cause issues with connective tissue. That's what I've noticed. A lot of people are having problems. So they take a lot of creatine. They're actually noticed that they're having, like a lot of weightlifters, they're having pulled muscles when they're doing the squats and things like that. They're pulling like major muscles, man. So be very careful with that. I would say go back to the very thing for building muscle mass. You could go with things like for men, one that would be good would be like the would be the tribulus. Tribulus is traditionally used. Tribulus. Okay. Also, any of the amino acids. The brewer's yeast would be good also. Those are the traditionally things that we use. Just add it to your green drink. That builds muscle mass. I would do it that way. Do it safely. Do it safely, what I'm saying.
No doubt. Thank you.
Thank you, Jared. Appreciate you, buddy.
All right. Dr. Paul, we have Gail up next. Gail Fernandez.
Hey, Gail, what's going on?
Hi, everybody. This is my first time here. My friend Katrina told me about this class, so thank you for having me.
Welcome.
I have a quick question regarding women's health. So I'm a young woman in my 20s who typically has a normal menstrual cycle. However, it didn't come as it normally would this month, and every pregnancy test I've taken is negative. So I called my OBGYN, but they told me to wait 3 months to see if it comes back. And then if it doesn't, then call them back to schedule an appointment. But I'm pretty concerned because I feel like there might be something else going on. So I'm not really sure how I can advocate for myself and see like what measures should be taken to address the issue.
Okay, well, you have an OBGYN right on here. We got Dr. Clorinda right here, and she can help you with that process. Now, I would recommend also getting a full assessment, though, to see where the imbalances may be in other areas. Remember, we've been talking about, I do a testing called the RM3A, which is a
Hi, Cecilia. How are you?
And that's a full body assessment where we look at what's called 8 risk factors.
Oh, my gosh.
So with that, I would
mute yourself, Nathan.
Mute yourself, Nathan. Yep. And with that, you move forward. Okay. Therefore, you can find out what's going on. Whenever they can't find something, that's an imbalance somewhere doing something. So I would say start there first, get an assessment. So therefore, we make sure you're eating right, staying away from certain foods, getting the right water. We welcome you to the family, but there's a wealth of knowledge that we make sure you're staying on point with, including your water, number one. What kind of water you drink, by the way?
Well, Katrina told me to drink Crystal Geyser, so that's what I've been.
Right. Well, which one have you been drinking though? Prior to that, were you drinking water? Were you a water drinker?
Yeah, I was drinking like spring water. Most of the time, just spring water. I haven't done much like reverse osmosis or anything like that. I was just trying to stick with that.
So usually the first thing we try to tackle when it comes to menstrual cycles, it definitely is water. You have to get the right proper hydration of water. So come on in, get an assessment. If you need more, you have my number. You have my number for an assessment. Are you in Philadelphia area?
Yeah, I'm in Philadelphia.
Okay. Then come on in and get an RM3A full assessment. And then I also will point you in the direction of Dr. Clorinda over here, who's online with us right now.
Yes,
and
sir.
she can help you. She can help you with that, any of the issues that you face, and how you can stand for yourself. When you remember when you, and you got a great advocate over here. You got the Dr. Clorinda Police over here.
I know that's right. Hey, Clorinda, let me ask you to
talking
get her
about
direct.
if you talking about an
Okay.
advocate, you got the right one there. You got the one, and she can definitely help you in that area. So I would definitely suggest Dr. Clorinda, if you could put your number and everything for her, and I don't know if you feel like if you can share that. It's up to you. It's up to you.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. And my number is 1-877-377 2854, and Dr. Clorinda. And you want to give out your number, Dr. Clorinda, for those that are maybe calling by phone?
I just put it in the chat.
It's in the chat.
It's in the chat.
Can you just mention it just so for the people that are maybe on phone right now or not on online? Mm-hmm.
Area code 615-714-4613.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, I will be available up until tomorrow evening. Well, Friday, because and then I'll be unavailable from Friday until June the 4th, because Neitha and I are going on a cruise, so we're going to be out of the country.
Well, go in now.
Well, excuse me. I don't know why you won't take Dr. Paul and I. Come on now.
I didn't get invited. Did you get invited? I didn't get invited. Oh, man.
All right. Well, enjoy yourself, Clorinda.
Enjoy yourself. Have a safe trip. All right.
Y'all deserve it. Cruise
yes, indeed.
Yeah, we're gonna go on that ship and change some lives.
Well, I know that's right.
Well, that's right. Y'all gonna stir.
Y'all vacation with a purpose.
That boat gonna be. Is it a boat or if it's a plane or a boat? It's gonna be rocking like this.
All right.
I know it.
All right.
Y'all
Is that
gonna
it,
shake
Gail?
it up. All right.
Yes, that's it.
All right, very good.
Gail,
Thank you.
if you look in the chat box where you put your question in, I put all that information in the reply to your question.
Okay,
all right,
thank
Gail.
you.
Welcome, Gail. Welcome to the family. All right, and hopefully we can get you helped out, and you can do much better. So it's a great time to get this information. You said you're about 20 years old. You said.
Yeah, I'm 25 in my 20s.
Excellent. Excellent time to get this information. And once you get it, make sure you share it. Okay.
Hey, Gail.
Okay,
Also,
thank
Gail.
you.
All right.
Gail, do this. Request a copy of the chat. That way you get access to all this information because it's in the chat, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Send an email to me at mechavideo@gmail.com.
Yes.
It's mechavideo@gmail.com.
And remember, we have all of the shows, and I want to repeat, we have all the shows online at Dr. Paul's Holistic Health Network. If you go to Facebook, you'll get all the shows. That's from not only WURD, you'll get the Dr. Paul show, but you'll also get the Green Hour with me, Big B and I. And then the other one is going to be the Family Tree. And then we get questions, concerns. We have a chat, we do chats with the online Facebook. So we kind of keep it going so that we can keep the narrative going. All right. So keep that information, stay on point. If you're not a part of that, just register. And then it's just like 2 questions you have to ask. I think one of them is, what's your goal? What do you want to do with yourself? And then I'll let you in, and it's a private network, but you can get all access to all the information. All right. All the past shows. And they are listed too, right, Big B?
Yes, they are.
They got them all listed by category, so you can go in and see all the topics that we talk about. All right.
And Dr. Paul, after everything's cleared up, that Don Quai helped me stay on point every month.
There you go. There
My
you go.
menstrual, every month.
Excellent.
And with pain.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. You know that there's a little lore about that. Do you know what the lore is about the Don Quai or the Angelica root? That when man was dealing with the Black Death or the Black Plague, that was the one that God sent down by the angels. This is this lore. This is going to tell you the lore of it. And that this is the one that God sent down specifically for Black Death. And that many people were healed back in that time because of this specific herb called Angelica root. That's where his name comes from. How about that? Good stuff.
Great.
Good stuff.
All right.
All
Here
right,
we go.
going down.
Kathleen's up next, and then Clorinda.
Okay. Dr. Paul, one question, one comment. The question for my friend, she wants to try the mushroom coffee, but she's concerned, will it show up on her drug screening for work?
Well, it depends on what they're screening her for. In most cases, mushrooms if there's a specific thing, she needs to check with them on what they're looking for.
Okay.
And always make sure. See, there's certain indicators that they will find in certain things like poppy seeds is going to show up, and things like golden seal root is going to show up. These are all things that they were, knowing, of course, people were cleansing themselves because they were trying to beat the test. So with that being understood, just always get a breakdown. They'll usually tell you. If you just call them and say, what is the things that I have to watch out for? Because they know that some things you'll get a plus, you'll get a false positive on a lot of things. So you just have to make sure, just ask them. If she just calls them up and asks them what are the things that I need to watch out for food sources, and then we can tell how to move forward with that.
Okay. And the other thing is, I'm really glad I tuned in tonight because you're talking about the pseudomotor. I'm trying to understand that for myself. So remember last week I told you that I was out of work. It's been 6 weeks now, but the doctor wanted me to increase my exercise and try to build my strength back. And so like I've been sweating a lot. So I've been at the gym now for 6 months consistently. So I feel like that's helped a lot with the pH. So I lost 78 pounds and my energy level is really, really, really
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Did she say 78?
That's what she gonna just kind of slip that in there and roll by.
She played that down.
Congratulations.
My whole thing in quickly.
Wow.
Go ahead, girl.
That is amazing.
Congratulations. You played that down.
Better come off mute. Everybody better come off mute and give her a shout out.
Congratulations. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Yes. Self-bomber testimony.
Thank you very much.
I'm
jealous.
That was stealth, Big B.
See, that's what we mean by stealth, Dr.
That's
P.
stealth. That came in. I didn't see that one coming.
She just snuck that in.
Yeah, I didn't share that one with you.
Oh my God!
Congratulations!
Yes.
Thank you very much. I so appreciate all of it.
So remember, Kathleen. Remember, the key is what? Don't stop. That's what it's moving. If it's moving, that's the results you want. It's starting to say, this is the way God intended this thing to move. You gotta get it moving. It's trying to correct the problem. It's trying to work with you. So we got to, just support it and being consistent, not intensity. Remember, we don't have to be too intense about it, but just be consistent. That's the key. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, whatever time you do your workouts, try to be consistent.
There you go. Yes, sir, buddy.
All right.
Yeah,
good
man.
Stuff. Good stuff. Oh man, we got some good stuff here, Big
See that? All right, Kathleen, that's it. We appreciate
that's good. Thank you.
Oh, we appreciate you so much.
All right, Kathleen.
We are at 8:54. We got Clarinda, Yvette, Nikki, and a whole bunch of folks.
Okay, and then also after Dr. Clarinda, I want to go to online. If we have Facebook, we got the family on Facebook or anywhere else that we have questions. I want to make sure we get them before we leave. Okay, Prophetess, if you had something,
she has them somewhere.
Okay, good. All right,
I want to ask about methylene blue and L-carnosine.
Yes, L-carnitine.
Carnosine.
Carnosine. Okay, these are definitely dealing with aminos. My only thing is be careful with aminos, because you got to make sure that there's a deficiency in that area before you use them. I always start off with the brewer's yeast. The brewer's yeast is the balance of all of those, because remember they grow it on beets. So that's where I would say I would start there first. Be careful because you got to find out, because remember it's the amino acids are like a dance. It's the male female principle, right? One for every amino acid that moves forward, there's one that rests. One that rests. So that's female male. So it's a dance. But if one gets overbearing, it can throw your numbers off. So keep that in mind. And what was the other one again?
Methylene blue.
Methylene blue.
now, let me tell you why I'm asking about this, because when I heard this guy put that on his face, on his page, I was like, methylene blue. And I had a flashback to what we use methylene blue for in the operating room. If somebody had a hole in the bladder and we were doing a procedure, we would put methylene blue in the bladder, want to see if the repair was correct, so that it wasn't leaking. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. I know it's not traumatic to the body, but taking it internally as a supplement, I just have a problem with that.
Yeah, I would not mess with that. I would say be careful. Remember, separate, isolate, divide. Remember, you don't want to do that. You're taking it away from its natural source. You know, when you pull it from its natural source, then you now isolate it and separate it and divide it. You're tearing it down. We don't tear stuff down. The whole point is to keep it together. You know, go to the source where it comes from. Therefore, we know it does exactly what you do because everything works as a family, as a whole, as an organization. You know, complete.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's you know what it was used for, right?
Yeah. And this last thing, watch people that you follow on Instagram who seem to be saying the right things in some areas. Because I was following this guy, it's called Dr. Crusher, the alkaline doctor. And I mean, a lot of stuff that he was doing was making sense. But then he made the mistake of trying to test the pH of Crystal Geyser and the pH of some other crappy water. And he's so diehard alkaline that when he used the drops, the Crystal Geyser was in the neutral area, you know, where it normally would be. But I didn't like the fact that he used the drops instead because I don't know what you're doing with that. And then realize, oh, okay, so you're pushing that filter that alkalizes the water. So I said, okay, I'm not listening.
Yeah, it's a lot of confusion out there. But see, that's why when you do the testing, you have to know what they're using. That's why whenever we're doing open testing, you know, probably the drops he was using probably were the what they call the hydrogen drops. Those are hydrogen drops.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, so hydrogen drops are accurate when it comes to water. Just don't use the strips for water. I saw some people online using strips, talking about, see there, that's why that Crystal Geyser ain't no good. No, that's for the strips are for, and that's for saliva and urine, not for water. You got to use the drops for that. So yeah, you got to watch everything, take it as a grain of salt. There's a lot of good editing going on out there. The truth of the matter is they want to get this water out of your hands.
Yes, they do.
I want to get this good water out of your hands. If it's coming from its original source, got it bottled at the source. You can't go wrong with it, y'all. You can't be God at his game. You know, long as it's by spring water bottle at the source. I know y'all love the Crystal Geyser, but it's more than Crystal Geyser. You know, there's volcanic waters. There's waters. There's one called Starkey. You ever heard of Starkey? You ever heard of Starkey? There's another one called Starkey. That's a good one. That comes out of California. Just a geyser. Just comes right out the earth. And then there's other ones that are out there. There's 1,000 of them out there that are pure finds. So the key is just keep the science correct. Spring water bottled at the source. That's it. That's it. So thank you, Doc. I appreciate you.
All right.
You on it, boy. I tell you, you the police over there, boy. I don't want to run into you, boy.
All right, Doc. Thanks so much. All right, boy. So you want to do some questions from Facebook, Kurt, and then we'll go to the event?
Sure. Any questions online that we have? Prophetess, is Prophetess still with us tonight? She's still here?
Yes.
Yes, she's still there.
Yeah, I'm trying to go back to it, but there was a question about the TDP, I believe, the shots that you give.
The DTaP.
Yeah.
What can be used in addition? What can be used as an alternative? And then there was a question of what can be used to stop our hair from falling out due to cancer medication.
Yeah. All of those assessments, you got to get an assessment. That's too deep for me to answer something. I would be reckless and irresponsible to try to say something like that. Right. You can't answer that without an assessment. So you have to find out what's causing the hair to fall out. Got it? Right. And then also with the Tdap, you know, that's really dealing with things with getting into that world of, you know, whether you take it or not, whether for those who are for it and against it. So there's a lot of information you have to do. Okay, you got to go into it. I tell people to get all the information so they can make a better positive decision on what you want to do. That's a family decision. But I would say that's something that would be a consultation. That's a one-on-one consultation. Who's doing the Tdap? Is it for who is it for?
It's for a child, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was a 9-month-old.
Yeah. So there's a lot of understanding that have to go with that. And now with that, you have to take all things in consideration. So just keep that in mind. I would say get an assessment. With parents with that, I would just say a phone consultation would be the start. Okay? Phone consultation. I'll talk to them because I have questions that would lead into other questions. And definitely, we don't have that platform right there right now. Okay.
The last question I have, and there are more, so please forgive me, you all, if I didn't get to your question, but it is after 9.
Yeah.
Dr. Paul does have to go, but I think what can be done to stop or treat retina detachment?
Well, you give your body the best chance for recovery. That means, number one, I would ask them, are they having high blood pressure issues, or they have sugar issues, with diabetes? Number two, you have to start to get into things that help to repair the eye. We talk about not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent any disease, just food for the soul, the lutein, okay, and the zeaxanthin, and there's combinations of different herbs that can be used, but we got to raise that pH again. See, the eyes are the problem that happens with that. I'm going to tell you 99% of the time is going back to sugar and salt. Got it? And it's dehydrating the system. So I would have more questions for that. But if I were to say there's some herbs that are traditionally used, lutein, Lutein, also the zeaxanthin. Okay. Remember we talked about that one, right? That's spelled Zeaxanthin. Okay, there's other formulas that are out there that have a combination of those that can also be found in things like dark leaf green vegetables. Okay, especially things like the kale, things like that. So that's just some of those things. You got to watch your dietary things. You got to watch things that are thick, creamy, things that pour slow, because they're dehydrating you. Got it? It's affecting the retina of the eye. But also there's Dr. Christopher's Eye Bright formula. It's a liquid form that can go directly into water or as a tea, or it can be used as an eye wash. But all of those things, it means nothing if you're not eating right. Got it? So that's why we got to put you on point. Come on in, get an assessment. All right? All right.
Okay. All right. We can do real quick, Yvette, Nikki, and then we're out.
Okay.
Dr. Paul, hi, Big Bill. I'm sorry. Getting
That's
close
all right.
to my bedtime, so I don't have that much energy left. But how would you recommend I nicked my shin on the bicycle pedal, and
that would hurt. That hurt just me hearing you say that.
It hurt. And then it yes, then it doesn't heal well, it turns brown. So I've been trying to use I was going to say Dr. Paul's ointment, Dr. Christopher's ointment, black ointment, to try to draw.
Well, I would use the comfrey cream. You have the comfrey one?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, that would be the first thing. I would stick with that. With that also, you have to start to do some compression things with that also are well. So you can take the comfrey teas and you can use compresses, like the packs that you can put on around the knee. You can add, or what you said, the shin, right? So you can add compression with that, with some levels of the comfrey as a tea, put it right around that area, and you can use the small tea bags that they have, what we call cheesecloth, wrap it in ace bandage, keep it on that area so it's present on there all the time, and that will help to bring that bruise down. So
it's almost a week or two old, so it's not fresh. So there's still possibility.
There's always possibility. Yep. Bob's always, yep.
Can it lighten it up, or?
Well, that comes with time, but it has to go through its process. Yeah.
So with this compress, does it have to, the leaves are dry leaves and you put it in a cheesecloth?
You can actually just take the leaves and steep it as a tea, right? Now, here's one we talk about let me take you one out of the football, because a lot of football players get these things, like soccer players and stuff like that. So we get a tea ball steeper. You can get the big ones. Got it? And you can get the comfrey tea from any like Penn Herbs or any of the herb companies, even like Wayne Avenue or Pollock Herbs or anywhere. And what you would do is put the tea in there. Got it? The tea leaves. That's the comfrey leaves. Got it?
Yes.
Get the big ball, though. Get the big ball. Get you about a gallon of water. Okay? Like the Crystal Guides of water. Take that, drop it in there, boil it for about 10 minutes. About 10 minutes. You want it a little bit. You want it a little bit thick for that one. So you want to burn. Probably 10 minutes would be your number. Don't go past 10 minutes. Try not to. When it's steep for about that time, it's going to turn nice and dark. Pull it out. And when it starts to cool down, take a white towel. Got it? White towel. No colors, no dyes. Got it? And if to the time when it can be handled, put that towel in there, let it soak in that tea. Oh. When you're able to handle it, bring it out, rinse it, wrap it right around that leg. Okay. Got it? That'll actually be a compress that you can use. You can watch TV while you're doing it. And that actually helps to push it into the area of the bruise. Got it? Helps it repair faster. See, comfrey is amazing. Yeah.
If I drink the tea, that would help too.
Absolutely.
But and I have the comfrey ointment with Dr.
All of it's good. You can't go wrong. Can't go
So
wrong.
I just with the comfrey ointment, I can just rub it on that area.
That is correct. That's like during the day. But using the times when you're applying it as a principle, I would do that like when you're in the evening, like right now, before you go to bed, things like that.
How often do I do this?
You can't there is no rules to this. That means you can do it as often as you want to. You can't get enough of it. You got it? Because it's food. Ultimately, it's food to the body. Anything touches your skin is food. It goes right into the bloodstream, goes right into the body. So that's why it's going to be good for the healing process. But now I must say, you got to watch your diet also. You got to make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Got it? Your water's got to be spot on. Stay away from refined sugar, refined salt, refined oils. No meats, because meats are going to pull your energy, make your body acidic. Got it? I would go with things, stay away from hydrogenated foods, no fermentation. Got it? Those are the things that steal energy. See, you're trying to repair the skin, but that's bone, connective tissue, that's all of those things. You gotta make sure your pH is top. And so that means testing your pH. And you know how to do that, right?
Yeah, well, I do, but I don't do it.
Okay, that's a must for you. You gotta do it.
What to do. I cut down on the cheese. I used to eat it every day, all day, and
that's pulling you down. That's pulling you down.
Oh no, that was
blocking.
Yes, that was in the past. So I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So those are the things that you have to do. That's why when you know it's being effective, you watch your barometer of health. It's always going to be the pH, potential for hydrogen, your potential for energy. Got it?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, Dr. Paul, got Nikki, and we bounce.
All right.
Okay. I just had a quick question about
important question, Nikki. Important question.
Important question.
There you go.
About your assessment. So with my insurance, I have a flexible spending account. They give like a debit card. Am I able to use that for my assessment?
Some people have used it and it has been. Some have not. So I would check with Ivy, my assistant. Just give her a call. You have the number, right?
Yes.
Okay. The 1-877 number?
Yep, I have it.
She goes live tomorrow at 12 noon. So just give her a call and just tell her, and she'll run it and she'll tell you if you can use it, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Nikki. Appreciate you. All right, let's see. Big B, is there anybody else? I think that was it. Was that it?
Well, there are two. They got two just popped in.
We do have to roll. We have to roll, but I did miss an important question about lesions on the brain. What can be taken for lesions on the brain?
Yeah, but there's a main question. Yeah, assessment. You gotta do an assessment. That's too heavy. That's too heavy for something of a. There's not something that would be like an herb that can do something. There's multiple things when you have lesions. That could be other causes, of course. We got to do a full assessment from them to see what's going on. So give them the number 1-877-377-2854. Do the
it's all in the chat, guys.
Ask for the works. Give me the works, y'all. Give me the works. Hey, I want to give a shout out to E9 Senior Saints today, y'all. They were funny.
They was kicking it today.
They was kicking it today. We had a ball. Matter of fact, my son Jaron went with me. I think he had more fun than I did. He was taking pictures. He was doing film video. Y'all see the breakdown of that. Probably we're going to post that this weekend. But I want to sing a shout out to Sandy Bird, who's over there at the Senior Saints at E9. They're doing a great thing. And boy, we laughed. I think we did more laughing than anything because people were like, man, I can't believe
It's like a medicine.
That's right.
It's like a medicine, y'all.
That's right.
Yes. All right, Big B, wrap us up, buddy.
Hey guys, listen,
Tell
we gotta
folks how
go.
they
But
can be a part of this thing called the family tree.
You got it. Here's the reality, guys. Again, make sure that you get a copy of tonight's checks. What do? You got to send me an email. Send an email to me at mechavideo@gmail.com, mechavideo@gmail.com. And of course, to continue to support the family tree, you use what? Use my Cash App, and that's $BILMORGAN. That's $ at Bill Morgan. Now, here's the thing. If you use Zelle, okay, use Zelle in the bank, then that has changed. We are now at mechavideo@comcast.net. That's mechavideo@comcast.net. And of course, to make sure you send the information out to the P.O. Box 2, which is P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Dr. Paul, that's it, bud. Time to roll. Hey, great to have you, family.
All right, family. Put your hands together. Did you learn anything this evening?
That's right. That's right. You bring your friends. You bring your friends. You bring everybody.
Absolutely. I want to give a shout out to our folks that keeping it all running. This prophetess over there, Lisa. Thank you so much.
That's what's up.
And she's I still see smoke over there. You still burning, your fingers moving so fast.
That's smoke coming out. Welcome back.
And also, without the doubt, the host with the most, Big B.
Buddy, that's what's up. Yeah, man. Have a good time, man. That's what's up.
Big B, the hostess with the most. It ain't easy. It ain't easy shirt on, but guess what? It's getting better. I want to thank you all for the questions. Everyone makes it a part, and that your questions and concerns makes it a great platform so that we can talk the way we talk, to do what we do, so we can bring the information the way we need to bring it. So I thank you so much. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, if you breathe in,
y'all
Thank you, Dr. Paul. All right, thank y'all. Love y'all much.
Yeah, buddy.
Right, we got to do these exercises because Marcy's in here.
Marcy's in the house. Marcy's already tapping, so she's there.
All right,
act like you know better.
Tap.
Please.
That's right.
Gonna get you.
Yeah, that's right. Gonna get you. Come on down. This is what you should be doing this every evening. Wake up in the morning. Do this every day. Touch yourself. Don't be scared to touch
with the
yourself.
body prayer.
That's right. Come out here. All right. Under here, right under the collarbone.
Yeah, buddy.
7. There's a pressure point right there for your kidneys. And breathe.
Yeah.
Roll it out. Good. Come on down. On the left and the right side. On the left and right side.
All right.
Are you tapping? Are you watching?
Tapping. I love tapping.
Yeah. On the left side. What's on your left side, by the way? And what's on the right side? What's on the right side?
Gallstones in the liver.
You said gallstones
in the liver.
You said gallstones
and the liver.
Yeah, hopefully not gallstones.
No, I didn't mean to say that.
That's a good one though.
She just had a moment.
I was just seeing if y'all were paying attention.
Tap. All right, tap it out. All the way to the shoulder now. All the way to the shoulder. Open it up. Going all the way down. Got good music today. Good.
You always have good music.
Good. On the other side. Tap. Tap. On the inside. Good. All right, I want y'all to breathe with me on this one. I want you to get relaxed. Take your head and drop it straight down. Exhale. Good. And rotate around the right side. Just rotate it around. Like one big circle.
Yeah,
Don't move the shoulders. Try not to move the shoulders. If you move this around, this is a way of cooling out. Just relax. You might hear some clicking and buzzing going on. They sound like Rice Krispies rolling around.
Rice Krispies in there, man.
Crack. That's okay. Moving on
Calcium
around.
deposits.
Just release. Just release. Just release. And breathe. And breathe. Take your time. Take your time. And when you do about 2 or 3 one way, stop. And then go back the other way. That's right. Going around. Going around. Breathe. Breathe, family. Breathe. Trust me on that one. Don't stop breathing. Breathing around. That's releasing. That's a good release for you, Big B. How's that feel? Good. All right, I'm going to say stop. Bring your head up. I want to take your right hand, reach over to your left ear, just like that. And then I want you to just slowly move over to your right side. Just pull, just slightly. Don't yank, pull.
Don't break
that
it.
Stretch. Ooh, that feels good, doesn't it?
Don't break it. No neck break.
And breathe. Good. Good. Do the opposite side. Left hand, right ear. And I want you to pull on that side. Just slightly. Not a whole lot of pulling. Just slightly. You can almost feel it down your back, right?
Yeah,
down your back. Release that. This is a good stretch that you should do every day. And release. All right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Come on, y'all. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Take your time to do this. Make yourself
Yeah, buddy.
Take time to breathe. And breathe out. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. All right. Clap it up. Clap it up. Ah, we got a good one now, baby. We got some music now. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Make it jump out your chair, man.
Clapping it up. Y'all clapping it up. You get that heat going. Yeah. All right. All right. Rub the hands. Now rub. Rub.
Yeah.
Get that heat going. Rub. Good. Rub. You feeling that heat now, right? Rub. Good. Rub. And stop. And now give yourself that energy back. Bring it on down. All the way down. Woo. Don't touch yourself now. Ground yourself. That's right. Put that energy over some area of the joints, the ligaments.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Clap. Clap. Good. Clap.
Yeah. I see it, Carol.
Clap. Good. You get that energy, right? That's your energy. Nobody else but you. That's right. Clap. And rub it on down. Rub it on down. Rub it on down. Good. That shoulder feels good, bro. Give your energy to somebody else, right? I give it to the little one. I say, stop acting so crazy, big. All right. Clap. One more. Clap. And clap. And then you go. Clap. Pull. Move the top leg. Keep the bottom one still. You feel that energy, y'all? Ooh, feels like a big old energy ball right there.
Yo, man.
Wow. You feel like your palm is moving. Like you can feel it, right? Get that energy with good intention. Bless yourself. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. Thanks for tuning in to the band.
You're powerful beyond
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
See ya on the weekend, buddy.
All right. Thank you, love everybody.
Yeah, buddy.
Take good care. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. I prosper.
Carol, stop the way. Tell Wade to sleep again.
Dr. Paul, you have to send us your playlist.
Okay, we'll
Dr. Paul's playlist.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, buddy.
Use it to work out.
We will check y'all on the weekend. As we dive in to Memorial Day. We're going into Memorial Day weekend. Hope everyone is going safe.
Yeah, man.
And enjoying the time. All right?
Yeah, buddy.
All right. All right.
Hey.
Jump, baby.
Yeah.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Blessings, everybody.
Family tree.